Hello, and welcome to the Layer 2 show. Today we're talking to Metacraft, which is very exciting platform. Relates to NFTs, relates to gaming, relates to VR, and all the future things that you've been thinking about. We're talking to Alex, Nat, and Matt. Hello.
Hello, thank you,
Hello.
Agna.
Hi,
Agna. Thank you for having us.
My pleasure. So, Alex, can we start with you? Please introduce yourself and tell a little bit more about Metacraft platform. What is it?
Yes, thank you. My name is Alex Binesh. I'm the business development manager at Metacraft. And Metacraft is basically a DApp-based NFT creation infrastructure. We basically connect the real world and the metaverse. So we're quite unique in that sense, in that we are the first platform that has DApp-based NFT trading of NFT. We also have gaming, we have artificial intelligence, we have virtual reality, we have DAO services and crowdfunding all in one platform and all integrated. We also allow for importation and exportation of NFTs from different platforms. We connect to other VR, AR, and other games. And we provide a very secure platform for players, for gamers, and for NFT owners and traders. And in that sense, we're unique, and we certify all of our NFT smart contracts from third parties. And we only import NFTs that have been vetted and certified previous to doing importation. So Matt, Nate, did I miss anything there?
Well, we can touch on the metaverse angle of what you're talking about there a little bit more. When Agna's ready to do a little demo, we can get into that a bit later for sure.
Yes,
Sure.
of course. Very exciting. Look forward to see how it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so Agna, our community is about, we have 17,000 Telegram members. We have about 27,000 members on Twitter, and we recently partnered with Metaverse, who has about 78,000. And if you recall, we did have a discussion with yourself and Metaverse, and that has been a very big part of our platform as well.
I see. And how about developers? How about builders on your platform? Tell me a little bit more about this.
So we've had airdrops in the past, and we're going to have a hackathon fairly soon where we're going to engage the developers on our platform. At this point, we are working on having IGO, an initial game offering in our games. And we are in the process of integrating with multiple different environments. We'll get into a little bit later as well.
Okay, it's very exciting. I like the new term IGOs. Very cool. So I'm sure you're deployed on blockchain. From what I understand, you're deployed already on BSC and recently Metis. So how do you utilize layer 2 scaling? What is your vision? Are you going to be deployed on all the layer 1s and layer 2s?
Yeah, so we've deployed on BSC and Polygon in the past, and recently we deployed on Metis. And Metis layer 2 has been very important for us, and it's been very successful as well. And given the success we've had, we're looking to deploy in other layer 2 platforms as well. This allows obviously a more economical way of deploying our contracts or NFTs, and also transferring and trading. So the layer 2 is very important to us, and it's on our roadmap to expand to other layer 2 platforms.
Okay, I see. I would like to know a little bit more about your games and NFTs. So what can people do? What kind of style of games there are? And in general, give me some more information.
Matt, Nate, yeah, I can probably speak to that better.
Yeah, so we'll fire up a build here, which is a PC build. Actually, it's also available in VR, but most people these days, still haven't all bought an Oculus or a Pico or something that they can experience VR. So we're going to put out this PC build for you. Nate will walk you through the scenery in our experiential VR worlds. We're going to show you actually one of my NFT drops, an experiential VR art gallery for my project. And so are you able to see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is this castle is very interesting. Actually, we listed this castle months ago in anticipation, and most people don't know about this, but this castle is actually a major hub of a very large indie studio VR game release, which will come in Q1 2022. It's based on my screenplay, a sci-fi screenplay trilogy, which I've previously optioned to China Film Group, one of the largest film studios in the world. So this game that we're building, we've been building for a year now. It will release with about 40 to 80 hours of gameplay in VR, which is huge. It has 10 planets in the Andromeda system so far that we've built out. And this castle actually sits on the edge of the gameplay field, and players of the game will actually see it in the distance. But it's actually part of the metaverse, not part of the main game. This is our metaverse experience as opposed to the gaming experience, because we found that many people who play in VR can't handle the hardcore gamers VR because it makes them dizzy. It's a big problem in VR, as many people know. And so we've decided to make a very peaceful, a very pleasant experience to get people into the VR world, make them more comfortable. That's what our metaverse is about. We prefer a high fidelity experience. We don't do the low poly. You can see that our avatar here is actually low poly, but this is actually an old build. We now have fully customizable avatars, which Nate will show you later. This is an early build, and it just so happens to have my art gallery experience in there, so it's easy for us to use this one to show you. So in our experience, you can create a room. It's multiplayer, just using your PC. You can ask your friends, just send them the name of the room. Your friends just need to type it in. They'll be able to access the group and join. For example, if you all wanted to go for a tour of the art gallery, you can all just join one room and do that together. Or an artist such as myself could host a number of people in the art gallery in real time and communicate with them. So Nate's already opened up the build. I'm not sure how smooth it will be over Zoom for you. Sometimes it's a bit choppy over Zoom, but so can you see him walking down the road now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the exterior of the castle. Now there's a number of, when you build these worlds in VR, you can't just have one huge open world. You have to build in scenes, because if you don't, people's computers and mobile phones just won't be able to handle it. It's just too big a file. So over in the distance there, and then if you can hold it there, over in the distance, that is the gameplay field for the main gamers. And so people over there in that field of play will be able to see this castle up on the hill. They won't actually be able to go there. They'll have to learn about our metaverse first. Can you look at the forest? Yeah. So there's a forest off to the left here. We have many partners. We're building now the Pandaverse in coordination with some partners in Sichuan, in Chengdu, where we're based. So there will be a Pandaverse down there. You'll go down the path and enter into a multiplayer gameplay environment themed with the world famous Panda base in Chengdu. So there's many different, this is like a hub, a cultural hub that you can access many different types of worlds from. So Nate's going inside our foyer of the castle right now, and he's going to take you to the gallery first. Yeah. So this is our grand hall. There's 6 galleries currently off to the left and the right of this grand hall. It will also be gamified. The screen at the end of the hall is actually for videos, and we're going to put some gamification out there for my Mosaic NFT drop when it comes up in January. We'll have some matching games and people will be able to win NFTs from that. Nate is now going to take you inside our NFT gallery. So these are actually the real NFTs from my Mosaic NFT drop, and you can interact with them. You can inquire and take you to the drop page. Once it's sold, and why is that so slow?
Well, we're in China, so the
third-party website. Yeah. Take you to the drop page, and after it's sold, it will take you to the listing on whatever NFT marketplace it happens to be on, which of course in our case will be Metacraft, because it's, you know, we're co-founders of the platform. So people will be able to, and Nate has set this gallery as remote config, so people will be able to easily load their own NFTs into this space. So this particular frame right here, if a person wants to own this frame and put their NFT in there, they can access Metacraft. They can find gallery 6 and frame number 28, and they can buy that as an NFT, and they own that frame in this gallery. They'll be able to upload their own NFT to place it in the gallery for viewing by anybody around the world, and they can link that NFT to the sales platform of their choice, which of course we hope that that's Metacraft. So Nate's going to take you over to our offices. We also have offices that we have made available to people via NFT. If you purchase the NFT on Metacraft, you will then own this office space. You'll be able to place between 8 to 10 NFTs in your office. Here's Metacraft's office right here. There's an NFT frame on the wall right there. And of course, that's all done by remote config, and people who own this office will be able to place whichever NFTs they would like to place in the office. You can also hold meetings in this room with the customizable avatars. You'll see all of the people in the group, and show the screen. And on the screen there at the end, you'll be able to do your PPT or other type of presentation in real time, just as if you were in an office with your colleagues, but you're just doing it virtually from the comfort of your living room. So these offices are available on Metacraft as NFTs. And once you buy it, you own it. It's not a lease, it's not a timed thing. You own it until you sell it. Another one of our partners' office, Real Nifty, is there. So Nate's going to take you out the back of our castle right now, where we have just recently completed the concert hall build. This is one of our first land sales in our metaverse. This concert hall will be used by a teen idol from China who has hundreds of thousands of fans on Chinese social media, and they will soon be able to watch his virtual concert and interact with the star. Okay, you want to go over the grass instead of going down the path. So Nate is cutting across the grass to go into the bathroom. So take us into the theater. He has to stretch his hand out to reach all the buttons on the computer here. So this music concert venue, I envision it probably hold up to 100 avatars in real time comfortably. And the avatar of the star will perform on the stage there. This can also be, you know, this model can be used in other parts of our world. We're just now offering the parcels to different companies and different brands who would like to have a space in a little bit more high fidelity environment than what's available right now. And our prices are certainly extremely reasonable, between 1 to 10 ETH, depending on the parcel that the person chooses. And for the offices is even less than that. And for the frames in the gallery is even less than that. So all very reasonable. It's meant to get the maximum number of people to begin to use these kinds of services and get used to this style of gameplay and this style of, you know, purchasing and trading NFTs that have utility, that have some use for the person. And what else can we show? Let's show the horse rider. Okay, so that's just want to show you that we do have the capability for the customizable avatars. Nate's just gonna ride our space cowboy on a horse around the exterior of the building. He'll show you in the editor. There's many things we're gonna do with the horseback riding. There will be a corral there very soon. You can join your friends and go on some treasure hunts in a very peaceful environment. And it's just fun to ride around and take it easy and not get too dizzy, kind of thing. So it's just loading up here. So if you need to ask any questions right now, you can ask some questions while it's loading.
Sure. So for me, it's very exciting, and I'm glad to see this at such an early stage while everyone is talking about metaverse. And I'm sure we'll get to the stage when people will have to have a VR goggles or some simplified version. But you said that people can now interact both ways, via PC and also via VR goggles as well, right?
Yes, and mobile as well.
And mobile as well. Okay.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
so, when you are selling the offices and NFT frames, we are interacting via layer 2, let's say via Metis network or Polygon BSC. Is that right?
So the people who choose to, well, we will mint the land sales and the space sales on Metacraft. We probably will choose a variety of different options, including the layer 2 Metis, but we also have Polygon, we also have Binance Chain, and we're adding chains and tokens all the time. So we're very open to working with all kinds of, you know, all kinds of chains and all kinds of tokens. This is what our platform is about. It's not like, you know, we're trying to wall it off to anybody or be exclusive kind of thing. It's very open world, and we like to try new things. We're not afraid to try new things, and we custom build everything for people too if they want. It's easy for us to do. We know how to do it. We're good at doing it. And if anybody wants to interconnect, for example, with one of our worlds, I'm happy to do that too. So there's many, for example, independent studios out there who have the capability to build a VR experiential world, but maybe they don't have the complete metaverse by themselves. I'm happy to connect it through one of our portals, no problem.
So Matt, maybe you could talk about those new games, the Aztec escaping games and the new VR PC-based metaverse games. Those are really exciting developments.
Sure, but we're going to do that after we ride around on a horse for a little bit.
Okay. So in the meantime,
one build at a time.
Okay, so then in the meantime, I want to talk about the tokenomics within the gaming environment that we have. We have two different models. One is a play to earn model. So basically gamers get paid to just be playing. And then the other one is based on a skill. So basically, if you're more skilled, you obviously win prizes and you earn more money. So this way, the gamers are encouraged to be engaged within our gaming environment and in the metaverse. And then within the metaverses, we have these two AI features, the style transfer. Nate, maybe you can speak to that, the style transfer and the catalog. If you could just expand on that in the meantime, that'd be great.
Yeah, no problem. So Metacraft utilizes state-of-the-art artificial intelligence algorithms to enable and embolden young artists to achieve their artistic dreams, or people who maybe don't have artistic skills and want to produce beautiful artworks can leverage our very easy to use AI tools. So for example, style transfer is an algorithm that takes in the content image. So maybe an image of your cat, and then it would transform that image into a painting in the style of, for example, Monet or Picasso or all kinds of other artists. Currently, we have 12 models already on Metacraft, and we will continuously add more. And we also have category art, of which Alex can introduce the activity that we are about to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically the categories, you randomly generate artwork, right? And you could place them within the galleries in the metaverse and as NFTs and trade. So it allows people to dynamically create artwork within the metaverse, which is very exciting. And so it allows, an average person to become artistic and create really amazing artwork. I mean, the AI is quite impressive in a way that it generates artwork. And I think the input, depending on the input, you could create different themes and different types of artwork, which is very exciting. Yeah.
So I think Nate is almost ready to go with his horse. Yeah. Okay.
Almost ready.
So are you sharing screen now?
Not yet. I will. Oops. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it well.
There's a little, yeah. Okay, so he just jumped on his horse, yeah. So yeah, we're building our own custom avatar system because, otherwise you have to plug into third-party systems. And of course, every kind of game studio or builder like us wants to have their own native system, so we don't have to rely on third parties. Although we're not, closed off to the idea of utilizing third-party avatars to come into our worlds. It's just we don't want to have to rely on other companies to do that. So we're building that capability now, and this is really cool. I mean, I just posted this on my LinkedIn actually, and lots of people laughing about it. I played the Lone Ranger music as he was riding around, and that's a fun little bug. The horse actually slid down and jumped off. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I think Nate did that on purpose, but yeah. So it's just a nice way to enjoy the environment. And later on, of course, there's many ways to gamify this type of interaction. And basically our slogan or motto is whatever you want to be. That's what our metaverse is about. So the commercial is basically, because if you want to be a space cowboy riding a white horse in the Scottish Highlands in another galaxy, you can. That's basically what our metaverse is all about. You can do whatever you'd like to do. So yeah, the horse is pretty cool, isn't it? With his tail wagging.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nate, you want to show the Aztec runner game?
Sure, no problem.
All right. So I'll just show you one of Nate's gamification projects for his generative art NFT drop. It's called Temple of the Sun God. And it's a very well-researched, Nate researched the history of the Aztec Empire, discovered that there was a hierarchy of 11 warrior types and soldier types. And so he's created a number of NFTs, generative art NFTs, and 3D model NFTs based on that history. And the single player part of our game, can you see this here?
Oh, I haven't shared yet.
Oh, you have to share it, yeah. So this is the single player part of the game. You start off as a slave, which was part of the culture at the time. They did take slaves, and you have to win your freedom by escaping all of the guards inside the temple and getting up to the top level and making it past the sleeping Montezuma without waking him up. And then you will win one of the NFTs that you can use in your future play to earn battle, which we will show you later. So it's a two-stage gaming experience. NFT game. Oh, the guard caught him, so he's gonna be toast. Once the guard sees you, you're pretty much done because he will chase you forever. So the idea of this game is to avoid being caught by the guards. Oh, there's another one. So yeah, he's basically done. Yeah, you can go to the
tiny
AI,
tunnels.
the AI battle game.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it takes about 11 minutes to complete that game. So it's a long process. We can't show it all to you. But here is, once you win an NFT, you'll be able to seed the battlefield with your AI players based on the attributes that you won in the NFT. And there will be an AI simulated battle of your warriors. And you'll be able to earn NFTs. You'll be able to earn tokens by battling in our game. There'll be many different battlefields, of course, different scenes. And of course, there will be new players all the time that upgrade the level. As you upgrade your NFT level, you get a higher level warrior and better attributes to place into the battle. So you have a better chance at victory and earning. So this is all coming up very shortly. Probably within, I would say within the next 15 to 30 days, both of these games will be released on Metacraft platform. Yeah, I think that's good, yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Very exciting. I look forward to try it
cool stuff.
myself.
Yeah, it's very difficult to win especially the maze runner. I mean, it's difficult. I think people that's probably what it will become known for, is it's hard to actually win an NFT in that game, but you can do it. We have done it, so I know it's possible. We may have to tone it down a little bit and make it easier in the beginning. Let's put it that way.
I see. Alex, do you want to add anything about the game part?
Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting. Yeah. And so as part of that, we are talking to some e-commerce players, some really big players in Europe, and some entertainment companies in Europe as well. So we're creating basically, as Matt indicated, entertainment events like concerts and sporting events, and with a gaming component and an NFT component. So we're basically working with a couple of players to create their own virtual reality world within our metaverse. And in those environments, we're going to be able to sell merchandise, for example, for e-commerce operators. We have sporting events, as I mentioned. So there would be interaction with the athletes or with the performers, and it would be in a game format. There would be NFT components to that as well. We've got a few other developments, but gaming and NFTs are become a standard part of the metaverse for us, and we have very positive feedback from the e-commerce operators because they see that as a way of engaging their clientele. It's not just going to be a two-dimensional shopping experience, let's say on a e-commerce site on the internet. It's going to be a very exciting and then with that, there's a lot of possibilities, sharing traffic and basically plugging in different metaverses into each other. So there's endless number of opportunities. As Matt showed, we're creating real estate in the metaverse, and there's all kinds of events, and it's going to be a complete experience for a visitor, and it's going to be many opportunities to interact with others and have different experiences.
Yeah, just to add to that, Alex, you touched on a good point, is creating an experience for everyone. So we like to think that we're building our worlds for the full life cycle. Like some of the worlds out there that people are in these days only cater to a certain age category or bracket. But in our worlds, we're looking to cater to a more, I guess you could call it holistic approach along the full life cycle of a person, so that people of all ages can enjoy it and enjoy it together, actually. So that's kind of where we're going. We also have a bit of a mindfulness bent to our metaverse. Nate and I and the people at Metacraft appreciate a kind of, I wouldn't say, well, I would say more spiritual or mindfulness approach to the metaverse, where safety and the universal positive energy of the experience is very important to us, for people using it, as opposed to just getting in there and rock them, sock them, bang them up, slapping stuff around kind of thing. We want a more family friendly, I guess, environment.
So I mean, on that note, one of the things we are experimenting with is basically you can import your own avatar into the metaverse. And then with that avatar, you could play games, but you could also go shopping, for example. So you could take your own family, you could take yourself, and you could actually try on different merchandise on yourself. So it becomes really exciting in that, you no longer have to convince your kids or your husband to go shopping with you. You could take them without them even knowing, right? So you could, and you're not ordering something online from a two-dimensional image. You're actually seeing how it fits, almost in real life. So that's the exciting part of that, is that it's just endless number of possibilities, that we have in the metaverse.
Wow, the future is super exciting. Well, the present actually, and thanks
Absolutely.
to you who are building this and who have this vision. Really, some time ago it was from sci-fi movies or books, and now we have it. So can people already go and try it, or as you mentioned, Matt, it will be released in a 15 or 30 days or so?
Yeah, so it's like I could send you a build right now that you could enter and go in as a single player. We could put it out, but we want to add a few more bells and whistles. I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of postings that, coming soon kind of thing. And I know how people feel about that, because you really wonder what's coming soon. But I think we've shown you today that actually there is something coming soon. And yeah, we could put it online right now. But Nate and I want to add a few more little features to it that we think will make it cooler. Especially, we wanted to get the customizable avatars on there. We thought that the droids were cool. We actually liked how the droids moved around, and it was very simple. But we just wanted something a little cooler than that before we put it out there. Yep. So yeah, very soon. In fact, if you want to go into a build, we can send you a couple of very beautiful builds with the droids. You can go all throughout them at your leisure, whenever you'd like to do that.
Definitely look forward to try. And in the meantime, to follow the developments and to follow the news of the release, what are the channels that people can connect with you? Is it Telegram or Discord? What are you using most for the community?
We're using Telegram, we're using Twitter, we of course have partners. We have Metis and we have other gaming partners, so we're making announcements through there. We also have additional features that are coming out. We have this Arthur Ennis. We have a character that's AI generated. That's also very engaging for visitors. So we have a number of different features coming out. This Arthur Ennis character is basically a life of an explorer from 18th century Scotland. And this basically allows the community members to engage in developing the life of this person who keeps the diary, and it's all AI generated. And then from the IP, the intellectual property of this character, the community members who've contributed can also benefit. So we have a lot of different ways of involving and engaging the community. In the new year, in January or February, we have our launch. Matt, do we have a date for the launch yet? I think it's sometime in January.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned it's like soon, like imminent.
We
before New Year, maybe January, but yeah, very, very, very soon. And
Yeah.
I would like to add, as far as the socials, yeah, we have all the normal socials, but I do a lot of my promotion on LinkedIn. LinkedIn that actually has many of the bigger players have a presence on there, and I mean, my LinkedIn feed is just full. You know, I see the word NFT every single, almost every single post involves metaverse or NFT in my LinkedIn feed. So definitely very active there too. I know it's not the traditional Twitter. I think Twitter is the most popular, in the Discord, in the Telegrams, but LinkedIn is not a tool to be ignored when it comes to promoting your NFT projects or your metaverse projects.
Yeah. And our website is called metacraft.pro, PRO, for those people who want to go directly. And Matt's full name on LinkedIn is Matt Vegh, V-E-G-H. And Matt has a lot of postings. He makes a lot of announcements about our project. One other aspect of the project that I should perhaps mention that's quite important is the DAO and the crowdfunding component of our project. We have a very comprehensive crowdfunding and DAO component where people, so for example, creating an NFT is fairly straightforward piece of art, whether you import it or you generate it. But creating a movie or music involves obviously more resources and also more talent. So we have the crowdfunding, we have the DAO services where people would contribute and then they would benefit from the NFTs generated, from the royalties and so on and so forth. So we have that component is called the Meta Starter. And that's something that we've had a lot of success with. We have a lot of engagement on that platform, and that's something that makes our platform quite unique in that sense.
Very exciting. I'll make sure I leave the links below so people can find the LinkedIn profile easy and be directed to the correct website. It's important also these days. Alex, Nate, Matt, thank you very much. Would you like to add anything else to our discussion?
Well, I just wanted to thank you for your time. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and hopefully we'll impress our clientele. I think we will.
I hope to meet you in the metaverse somewhere.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
You can actually do your podcast from one of our offices, no problem.
Exactly.
That's a great idea.
That's absolutely.
Well, let's take this offline to discuss. I would like to be the first to do a podcast from Metaverse.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No problem at all.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time, Agna. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.